NBA 2K24. It's currently sitting at a 68 overall on Metacritic. And by that definition, not mine, but by that definition, that's a D. That is passing. I don't know anybody who wants a D on their report card, but that is passing, which means most people like the game. Doesn't mean everybody does, because you see that user score. So I like to welcome you guys back to one of the hardest videos that was the label. I didn't know to call this good reviews for bad games, but I decided because of this score, we're going with bad reviews for good games. And today, we're taking a look at what the haters have to say on NBA 2K24. 19 Souls gave 2K24 0 out of 10, and he says the game is completely microtransaction based. If you don't spend at least $100 on your My Player, you are at a total disadvantage. To add on to that, he's completely correct. I've seen videos where people say it takes like 60 to 80 hours if you grind your My Player from a 60 overall to a 99 overall. So like you pretty much got to no life the game, and like people have jobs, people have significant others, kids, school, just a lot of different things to do, but other amazing games to play. A lot of great games came out in 2023. Ain't nobody trying to sit on a basketball game and grind that shit all goddamn day. We just want to get on with the boys and have some fun with our friends, especially as people get older. They want to spend time with, with their friends because you get to see them less and less. But anyways, he says, not only that, the devs lie about patching things, like the shooting changes every other week. I think this is my last 2K, bro. Sadly. I don't disagree with anything he says. I don't disagree. I don't think the game deserves a 0 out of 10. This game does have issues. I'm not going to give it a 0 out of 10, but I don't disagree with what he says. You're allowed to feel how you want to feel. Scroll down and Andy gives 2K24 a 1 out of 10, and he says the default setting parameters of this game are terrible. As long as there's an opening, anyone can 100% make three-pointers. Even Giannis can keep making three-pointers. Many people who would never make a three-pointer in real games can make them. Overall, there's no gameplay at all, and I want to drop the controller every time I play it. And your defense is meaningless at all. What? I think he meant to say it's just meaningless. You raise your hands to the opponent's face, but the opponent keeps making shots. Then during the fast break, the opponent crazily catches up from a long distance and then is interfered with and fails to make a shot. This dude is allowed to feel how he wants to feel, but this is crazy. Like, he's saying that like everybody's making, so like one of the biggest complaints about 2K24 is like the shooting is hard as hell this year. And then on top of that, one of the reasons why the shooting is so hard is because they patch the game like every other week. So then they don't tell you what's in the patch. So like game to game, day to day, the game constantly just feels different. So nobody feels 100% confident shooting in the game. Like one game, I'll shoot like 70%. And then the very next game, I'll shoot like 30%. And a lot of people are experiencing this. So for him to say that like, oh, anybody can make three-pointers in the game, even Giannis, I think this dude is a my career superstar. And I think he plays like on rookie or the default difficulty, like normal, because there's no way any of this is true. Like, this is the polar opposite of what everybody else is saying. I'm not gonna lie, I think Andy sucks at the game. I can't believe I'm defending 2K, but I think Andy just fucking sucks at the game. So Sator gave 2K24 a 0 out of 10, and he says, this game is atrocious. Laggy on the PlayStation 4. You can't play the game, not to mention the timing, the jump shot. Dribbling and movement in general are just slow, and there's almost no way to get around a good defender. Defense is OP. One build costs half a liver, and even if you pay, you gotta spend around 100 hours to max out that build, not to mention badges that will take an additional 100 hours to max out. When you finally get your player maxed out and you want to go play park, but in order to be somewhat competitive and really enjoy the game, you gotta learn dribbling and jump shot timing. I mean, it is a basketball game. You go to the My Court, place that is usually recommended to practice those things, get them down, and then figure them out. The game speed is just different in the park compared to My Court. Time wasted. This game is trash. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know that there was still a My Court, because there's no My Court in the current gen, the PS5, Xbox Series X. You have to go to the Gatorade facility to like practice that stuff. I agree with you for the most part. The only thing I will say is like, and this is the only reason I picked this comment. I just wanted to put this out. There. The PlayStation 4 came out in 2013. It's a 10-year-old console, almost 11, because we're going into 2024. By that definition, 10 years old is retro. The platform just can't keep up with what they're trying to do. 2K24 does have a lot of problems, but one thing I will say on current gen is, at least in the rec, I can't in the theater, for the most part, the game is actually smooth. This is like one of the best years in terms of like the online. It's more so of like there's issues with the consistency in the gameplay. So like the laggy aspect, I don't know. It might be the platform not being able to keep up, but then again, it could be the servers. They could have gave you some old ass servers. I don't know. I don't play on PS4. I'm surprised to even see it. When I saw this, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh yeah, it did come out. Listen, guys, I know this is hard to hear, but if you want the best version of 2K, one of the things we can do is not only not support the microtransactions, but stop supporting the last gen version. Save up and get a next gen version. Y'all spending all this money on VC for the last gen version, talking about you can't afford a PS5. Yes, you can. Stop spending money on things that you don't need. Get the next gen, because here's the issue, right? I understand that times are hard and all that other stuff, but in order to get the best version of the game, the developers have to stop splitting their resources between two games. If they're just focused on one game, you're more than likely gonna get a better game. So it's like, it's time to let that PS4 go. Let it go. Xbox One, let it go. Save up. Clearly you got some money to buy builds. That's expensive. You probably can afford a PS5, and I can say the same about a lot of you guys too, but you gotta get your priorities straight. But I have no doubt in my mind, he ain't lying. This PS4 version probably does suck. Flash gave 2K24 0 out of 10, and he says, don't buy this game. It's a pathetic excuse to have a basketball game. It isn't competitive no matter what people will tell you. Everything is pay to win. There are now level skips, battle passes, and badge floor setters to keep your badges from regressing. One of the worst things. I pray that next year's they get rid of that, because I completely agree with this, man. A fucking battle pass and the floor setter. So like, for those of you who haven't played it, let me explain to you what a floor setter is, right? So in this year's game, when you earn your badges, you don't get to keep them. If you don't use them, they'll regress. And I get it, like, in concept, but the execution is so ass, because what happens is, like, when I play in my career, it's completely different than when I play with my boys. And then sometimes we have different lineups, different boys are playing, so it requires me to do different things in the game. So one game, I might be throwing more dimes, another game, I might be shooting more. But here's the thing, if I'm running with a crew where I had to throw more dimes, and we played 3-4 games that night, now my shooting badges are regressing, not because I'm missing shots, but simply because I'm not using it. And it's the problem with this. So the workaround they had is they have the floor setters where there's like, it's basically like a perk system. So you can make it to where you never lose certain badges, but you're only gonna set it to like 1 or 2 badges. It's bullshit, bruh. We already paying a bunch of money for these fucking builds. Let us play the goddamn build. Listen, I should not lose the fancy pass badge just because I don't fancy pass all the goddamn time, okay? Michael Jordan is not in the NBA anymore, but I'm pretty sure if you toss Michael Jordan a ball, he can still hit a shot. The greats are always gonna be great. Not to mention, it's a fucking video game. I'm with you, Flash. It's a fucking video game. We just wanna have fun, not all this extra shit. And then the battle pass, oh my God. 9 seasons, $20 a season. And then on top of that, you can buy the levels. It costs $75 to max out the goddamn battle pass. Oh my God. Oh yeah, and then here's the last part too. Shooting's very inconsistent because the servers are awful. Zins are back, so having fun playing teams shooting 90%. This is a fact. This goes back to what I said earlier when I said I think that guy, he gave it like a 0 or a 1 out of 10. He was like, oh, I was like, he just sucks at the fucking game because the shooting he's talking about is too easy. No. I think you're playing on normal or something like that, because the shooting is very inconsistent to the point where sales on the Zen, if you don't know what a Zen is, it's something you like plug into your controller and you load a script into it and you can automatically shoot greens every goddamn time. The shooting is so hard this year, so it's confusing when that dude said it's easy. It's so hard this year. The sales for the Zen for cheaters are up, so you're gonna run into people online, hand in their face, and every once in a while, if it goes in, bullshit happens, right? Like, great players do great things, but it's happening all the time. And it's happening during events when like rare rewards are given out, and they're being given to cheaters because they're able to bullshit their way to the game. Completely agree with Flash, frustrating. H1D1 Bale gave 2K24 0 out of 10, and he says, why does this game look like a bug from 2012? I don't know what. Reading these reviews are always interesting. Like this one right here. Christ gave it a 0 out of 10, and he says, I spent endless hours in career mode to get to a 97 overall. My player has an 80 plus drive. I don't think you have a plus because you would specify it. I think you have an 80 drive, and I can't drive when inside It's next to impossible to score. Also, when on fast breaks and running to the basket, my guy will slow down even when I have a full boost. This game is 100% a money grab. All right, so you admitted you have an 80 drive, right? The problem is you're driving on power forwards and centers who have like a 90 plus block, interior defense. So your 80 drive is not gonna do anything. If you want, I'm gonna assume he's either talking about the layup or the dunk, probably the dunk. If you want a dunk, you gotta get into the 90s. I think like 93 is what you do to get gold posterizer, and then higher for Hall of Flanders fame, Hall of Fame. So like your drive just isn't, I'm not gonna lie, I just think you suck. But other than that, I do agree with you when they say this game is 100% a money grab. I think, I'm not gonna lie, I think your build's just wrong. You have to keep this, guys, pro tip, you have to keep this in mind. You have to specialize in things, okay? If you have an 80 drive and you're going against the center with a 90 plus block or interior defense, that shit's getting swatted unless you just have the lane to yourself and it's a 1v1, then you might be able to get a precision dunk off if you time it correctly. But I'm not gonna lie, it sounds like your build is ass. Christ, you should have asked Jesus for help on your build. Grigas gave 2K24 0 out of 10 and he says, pathetic. Pathetic. That's all I'm gonna say, pathetic. And you know what? I agree. Meh80 gave 2K24 a 1 out of 10. You know, we love our international audience. We love everybody across the world, but I didn't know what the fuck this says. So I went ahead and threw it in Google Translate. Apparently it's Turkish, and he says 2K21 to 2K22 to 23 equals 2K24. It's the same game. Please do not make new games. Just bring the update. I think this translation is a little bit off. I think what basically he was trying to say is this needs to go free to play. I think a lot of people would agree with that. They just need to put out like one major patch a year. Since you guys want to microtransaction us to death, just make the game free to play. Have your annual update with like some minor updates here and there. Make the annual update like $20 so you can get the big new 2 features instead of releasing the game on disc and a whole digital download every year. But you know, they're not gonna do that. Why do that when you can charge $70 a year plus 9 battle passes, a bunch of VC, got the My Team crackheads? They're not gonna do it. But I agree with this dude. Shout out to Turkey, man. By the way, Turkey, you guys got one of the best airports I've ever been to in Istanbul. If you ever, let me know in the comment section if you ever been to the Istanbul, this is random. If you ever been to the Istanbul International Airport, one of the nicest airports I ever been to. Very nice, very nice. Shout out to Turkey. TE76 gave 2K24 a 0 out of 10, and they say this game's horrible. It's not worth the price at all, especially for people who brought it on PC. For us and those of the older generation, the game has been the same for like 3 years, not to mention the absurd price it costs now to improve and buy levels. I don't recommend it even to my worst enemy. Last thing to say before removing the game, and the creators of this game, you're all sons of bitches who take advantage of us. Bye. Which, you know, the reason I wanted to bring this one up, this is really sad for those of you unaware who've never played NBA 2K20 or any 2K on PC. I used to play 2K on PC. I think we played 2K15 and 16 on PC. On PC, they put the last gen version of the game on Steam. So what that means is like, if you buy NBA 2K24, you will not be getting the version that people on PS5 and Xbox Series X play. You'll be getting the PS4 and Xbox One version. And it's been like that for a while. So like on 2K15, 16, 17, 18, you weren't playing the PS4 version, you were playing the PS3 version. So like, here's the problem, right? They don't put any anti-cheat on PC. So like, there's just hackers running galore day one. They're 99 overalls, 100 feet tall monsters and shit like that. And that's why we left the PC version and we went to console, because they don't give a fuck. You're better off not putting the game on the platform, but they don't care. They just want to make money. The only reason to play the PC version is if you want to mod the game, like putting like the Monstars or something like in the game. You want to do like cool little single player mods, that's fine. But like, if you're getting this for multiplayer, you're going to be severely disappointed. Just like T76. A Sun King gave it a 0 out of 10, and he says, I was renting my friend's PS5 in the midst of playing the masterpiece Demon Souls. He asked for it back earlier than expected the return date, and it's all because of this game. He didn't like it though, so now I have the PS5 back. I decided to try it and see why he would not play a game he just paid $60 for, and after 3 hours of enduring, it's too boring for me. Now, the only reason I brought this review up is because I find it fascinating that he said he's renting his friend's PS5. You're paying a monthly or like a week-to-week fee to play the PS5. Why not just save up and get one, bruh? You had to give it back like soon as he wanted to play it. this goes back to what I said earlier. Like some of y'all probably, you're renting a PS5. If you have to rent a game console, you don't need to be playing a video game. You need to get a job. I know that's not nice to say, but get your priorities straight. Renting a game console is insane. Chucky25 gives 2K24 a 1 out of 10, and he says it's bullshit that you're waiting on a spot and a squad comes in and then removes you. I always thought that was bullshit too. That was always kind of annoying. 2K is made for content creators, not for the casual player that has a job and a life. This will be my last 2K purchase. The city is dumb. This isn't Grand Theft Auto. You have to run around for no reason. VC and player builds are out of hand. It's just a money grab machine. I'm done. I'm gonna bring up this part he mentioned about 2K is made for content creators, not the casual player who has a job and a life. Now, I said this in a previous video a couple months ago. I'm gonna say it again here. Way back in 2K13, when I reviewed that game, that was the first year I believe that they introduced VC. I said, don't support this shit. It's a slippery slope. 2K14 comes around. With the next gen, there was a lot of hype surrounding that because it was a graphics update. VC got worse. Content creators started to boom. They were making fun of people. You're heroes, you're leaders. Because I don't consider I'm somebody who casually plays 2K with the boys, but I don't consider myself a part of the 2K community. Y'all see, I play and review every different type of game. I'm a gamer's type of game. I'm a gamer's gamer. You know what I mean? The point I'm trying to make is I've been warning people about this, but your leaders, your heroes, I remember it. I would see it on Twitter. Big content creators in the 2K space making fun of people. Oh, you can't afford VC, you broke, da 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 da. Now shit's got out of hand. I see these same people trying to advocate like they're for the community. All these goddamn pack opening videos. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. But hey, y'all support that shit. Y'all watch them videos. He said the city's dumb. It's not Grand Theft Auto. I agree. Can we please retire the city? I just want to ball out with the boys. I don't want to run around. I don't want to ride a janky skateboard. It's just fucking stupid, man. Shout out to Chucky. And there you have it. That is what the haters have to say about NBA 2K24. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comment section below. And since you made it this far into the video, I think it's safe to say you enjoyed the content. So if you want to check out some more of my videos, go ahead and click one of the cards to the side of me. The one at the top will take you to a video that I did on a game that's an alternative to NBA 2K. A lot of times the community complains that we don't have any alternative basketball games, but I found one that I think everyone's gonna enjoy. So if you want to check out that video, click the card at the top. Now the card below it, that'll take you to a video I did called Shit I Don't Like About NBA 2K24. It's a parody of Chief Keef. I air out my grievances on NBA 2K24, but I do it in a much more comedic manner. So if you want to see what I personally have to say about the game, click the card at the bottom. But yeah, other than that, I'll holla at y'all. I appreciate you for watching the video. Seriously, click one of the cards. My channel's finally going positive in subs consistently. I don't want to jinx it. I think I found the formula, but I need your support. Okay. No pressure. Just click one of the cards. No pressure. Click one of the fucking cards, bro.